Every year we get ideas in our head of the running backs that are primed for a breakout season, and in this video I'm going to go over the top 3 running backs that everyone deems as a breakout running back that are being drafted higher than ever before and give you guys my insights on if we should take that risk. If you're new to the channel or find this video helpful, please go down and drop a like and maybe even subscribe if you haven't already. But our first running back that has been deemed a breakout potential running back so far is Tony Pollard. He started his breakout last season finishing as the RB9 and is now going as the RB7, drafted in the second round of fantasy drafts. For the longest time, we've been drafting him around round 8 or 9, hoping for this upside, and he's finally got it now that Zeke is off the team, and he is the sole running back. The Cowboys had over 500 carry attempts and over 2,300 yards last season, and now he's the only running back in the backfield, really. Now, we can't just have a blind eye and assume he's going to get all 500 of these carries, because that's just unrealistic. But we also have to remember that last season, even when Zeke wasn't playing, they put a cap on Tony Pollard's carries, and they never really liked to see him get more than 70% of the carries. They kept him on a restriction. Now, that could have been for a couple reasons. Maybe they wanted to keep Pollard healthy, or maybe they wanted to keep Zeke as the main back here so they could trade him if they wanted. But realistically, Pollard will probably see around 15 carries a game, up from what he has been getting around 10 or 12 with Zeke. And this one is kind of a tough one for me just because of his history, and I have a suspicion that the Cowboys will bring on or at least use other running backs in this backfield. I think this ADP of mid-second round is a little bit too risky, but me personally, and a general rule of thumb for most people in fantasy football, is you want to have a solid and safe first couple rounds, and then after, when you get to round 4, 5, or 6, you want to start going for straight upside. And I don't think I would want to take the risk on Pollard this early, because at this ADP, there's really no room to fluctuate. He needs to perform at his best to meet this ADP. Now, I do think he has potential to do it, but at the moment, before we know the news on if they're going to bring Zeke back or sign another running back, this is a little bit too early of a draft for me. Now, come late August and the Cowboys don't re-sign Zeke or sign another running back, I'll be more okay drafting him. But as of right now, I'll give him a 3 to 4 star rating on his running back breakout percentage. Moving on to the second running back that is earning a breakout candidate potential is Breece Hall. He has finished last year as the RB9 when he was still healthy, and now he's being drafted as the RB11 after injury. He's being drafted next to guys like Mark Andrews, Josh Jacobs, and Jonathan Taylor. And in that few game sample size that he was healthy, he averaged 12 carries a game and 4 targets, which is very good for a rookie. And yes, there is a lot of mouths to feed on this offense, but they have a new quarterback in Aaron Rodgers, and he likes to check the ball down. We saw that with their scheme in Aaron Jones. And a lot of people are hesitant drafting running backs off an ACL tear or a big knee or leg injury, but I don't think we have much to worry about. He is super young, so that is the only reason I'm not too worried about it. Now, he might start the season off slow, purely off workload, but an ADP in the 3rd round is something I can get behind. I like the hype. I'll give him 4 stars. The next running back that is earning a breakout potential name is Cam Akers, and I have seen fantasy football people all around the space really talking highly of him, but let's dive deeper into that. I think a lot of his hype is coming from the last 3 or 4 games of the season where he averaged 20 carries and 100 yards over that stretch, but I am a little bit worried. He's going as the RB21 right now, but he's never really been consistent. He is coming off an injury, but if we do look at Rams' historical data of his entire career, he plays better in Rams wins. And this might be a little bit tough because the Rams are only projected 6 wins on the season. And that means that they're going to be passing the ball a lot and they're not going to really be running the clock out, which isn't good for Cam Akers. And Cam Akers is not a pass catcher whatsoever. He's averaged 1 target a game his entire career. He is being drafted a little bit lower than all the rest of these running backs, but I still am not in love with the situation. I'll give him 3 stars. But our third running back that has been earning potential breakout hype is Rhamandre Stevenson. He finished as the RB9 last year and is going in the 2nd round as the RB12. And this is because as of right now, there's absolutely no target competition or backfield competition in that matter for Rhamandre Stevenson. He is the wide receiver 1 on this team. He averaged 6 targets a game last year, which led all wide receivers on that team as well, and he'll probably continue that this year. We do have to keep in mind that with good, there is bad. He was one of the worst running backs in conversion rates inside the 10-yard line in the red zone. He only scored 3 times on 19 goal line attempts last season, and this could be good or bad depending on the way you look at it. This could mean maybe they'll use other running backs or sign another running back to use for that goal line work, but it also could mean there's a lot of room for progression, and if he improves on his goal line carries, then, I mean, there's no stopping him. As long as the Patriots don't sign another running back from here till August, I'm giving him 5-star potential. If you did find this video helpful in any way, I would love to hear from you guys. I made a huge group chat for everybody in my community to join. We have over 700 members already, and I would love for you guys to be in there if you're not already. I release all my top waiver ads, trade targets, and rankings for every position every week over there, as well as a full step-by-step draft guide for you guys. So if you're not already on that, you gotta go do it. There's a link in my bio to go download it. And I would love to see you guys in the community, and I'll see you guys in the next video.